on the channel from Mattel Elite Series 94, we've got the Bret Hart Chase Edition, and then at the end of the video, we rank the entire Series 94 from my least favorite to my favorite.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Elite Series 94 unboxing and review. And today, we've got Bret Hitman Hart, the Chase Edition, and then of course the set rankings at the end of the video. But remember, for all your Mattel needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle to save 10%. So getting a little deja vu here. We got Bret Hart back at the table, this time the Chase Edition. Very cool though for somebody like me that really does lean towards the Legends, and I think the majority of collectors lean towards the Legends for the most part. It's cool to get a legend like Bret Hart, two different Bret Hart figures in the same wave. You can't argue about that too much. And I did like that other Bret Hart, so it'll be interesting to see how this one stacks up to that one. And how we're going to find out? Well, we're going to do it like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging on old Bret Hitman Hart. Looking good, looking mean, looking like Bret Hart. Very similar to the last one. Pose the exact same, all that. I would love a different pose in the package. Mix it up in the package. It'd be great for you inbox collectors. You have different hands on him. One has the glasses on, one has the glasses off. Maybe one has a title belt around him. I know that'd be a lot more work at the factories and stuff, but a boy can dream, a boy can dream. But you got Bret Hitman Hart, you got a little glamour shot action, you got the WWE logo, Elite 94, of course. Bret Hart mean mugging on the side, and then you got Bret Hitman Hart on this side. You got True Effects, you got Certified Authentic, you got Elite 94, all the fun stuff over there. And then we get to the back, the tail of the tape. We've got the blurb and we've got the cross sell. And like I said, we're going to rank that entire wave down below from my least favorite to my favorite in this very video. So stay tuned for that on the back half. But there's old Bret Hart looking only like he can look, holding the Intercontinental title belt. Looking good, looking real good. So let's read the back. Let's see what it says about Bret Hart. I'm sure we know. From Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Beautiful this time of year. Getting a little bit colder, I've heard. Is that the rumor out there? Getting a little colder than it should be? Unseasonably cool? I don't know. Check the weather forecast. Height, 6 feet tall, 235 pounds. Finishing move, the sharpshooter. Career highlights, WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and World Tag Team Champion. The match, the excellence of execution is most proud of is his SummerSlam 92 match against the British Bulldog at Wembley Stadium. So that's the exact same backing for the regular edition Bret Hart. Now, I do believe this is Bret Hart from SummerSlam 1991, a year prior against Mr. Perfect. That was quite the match. That was one of the highlight Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect matches. One of the greatest matches of all time, honestly. If you've never seen SummerSlam 91, check that one out. But I believe that's what this represents. So somebody fact check that if you care to. But let's pull him out of the package here. There it is, Bret Hart. See you later. Get out of here. Little plastic prison for the Hitman. And there he is. We got glasses. We got hands. We got a title belt. And we got Bret Hart. And we'll pop that out. And we'll pop those glasses out. Always got to be careful. You don't want to be losing those glasses. Nothing worse than looking for those on the floor. I've been there. I've been there. Especially those J.J. Dillon glasses. Those are hard ones to find in the carpet. It's happened to me. Bret, come on out. Ooh, that was quite the noise. See you later up high. There it goes. And we're off to the races here. Now let's go through the accessories. We get the exact same pair of shades here. For Bret that we got with the regular edition. So, you know, get the most out of your molds. I get it. Going that way. We do get the two gripping hands here where we get the more Bret Hart, hey, hands. We got those there. We get the gripping hands here. So I will probably change this one out to the gripping hands. As you guys know with my chases, try to make them as different as possible. Put one with the title belt on. One has the glasses on. One has glasses off. One has different hands or mix and match their hands. It's something to just make them feel a little bit different. That's what I'll probably end up doing. And then you get the Intercontinental title. Once again, you can never have enough title belts, especially classic ones like the IC title. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely love this one. So cool to get another one of these. Now we break it down. Now we get to old Bret Hitman Hart here. And once again, so if you guys remember my review of the regular edition, you kind of had the shifty McFarlane eyes going on there. This one's much more direct. Still a little bit dead in the eyes. He looks a little dead in the eyes. But it is a better eyes placement than the last one. But the last one was not terrible. Since both eyes were just a hair off, it looked like he was just looking to the side. So that works for me. This one isn't as bad. This one's pretty good. And this is Bret, once again, from SummerSlam 91, I do believe. But good head sculpt on Bret. A little bit extra forehead, but not as bad as some of the prior ones we've seen. Good hair placement. Looks really good. It definitely looks like Bret Hart. You give me this head. A lot of people, including myself, has complained about a lot of the Bret Hart heads as of late. But I can honestly say, if you gave me just this head, say, what wrestler is this? I could tell you it's Bret Hart. So that is good. That's always a positive. Of course, articulation-wise, we've got all the typical Mattel articulation. You got the bicep cut. You got the double-jointed pinless elbows. Got to mention that. Pink wrist tape, hands removable as we talked about. Shoulders go all around. You do get the ab crunch, side to side, back and forth. You got a little of that. You got the waist going on. Thigh cut, double jointed knees. Really good. Nice movement on the knees. Every once in a while, the old single jointed ones were a little too tight. These double jointed knees are really, really nice. Ankles very loose for a Mattel Elite on this one. Not so loose, not John Cena loose, but just a little bit loose, but I like it there. And I do love the white and pink on the boots. That really does pop. You got the stars going on. You got the pink piping. Looks really good. Got the 4 hearts for his kids on his tights. Got the racing stripes down the side. And then you got the Hitman logo right there on the chest, I guess we'll call it, right in the stomach. Looks really good. Got Hitman on the back of his pants. Let's see, does he fit on a Ringside collectible stand? I am sure he will. And he fits there like a glove. Like I said, I'm going to try to make him as different as possible from my other Bret Hart. You can compare the two right here. Definitely different. It's weird. You look at them in the package like, oh yeah, those are pretty similar. And then you really look, wait, they're totally different. Obviously, a lot of similarities. It is Bret Hart. You get the same head. You get a lot of the same arms going on with the singlets. Definitely different colored singlets, different designs, things like that, which really speaks to the difference of the Chase figure. And like I said, changing the hands, changing title belts, changing glasses, you could really make these two different from each other. And I like that. I like getting somebody like this as opposed to a Wesley. And nothing against Wesley at all, but we don't want to chase Wesley. A Chase Bret Hart feels a lot better. It looks a lot better to me as well. So all day long, I'm here for this Bret Hart. I like what they did here. Has Mattel finally fixed all their past sins with Bret Hart? Are we finally back to where we need to be? Can we start going and improving on top of this? Hopefully that's the case. As we know, the last few Bret Harts have all had a lot of trouble with them, and I think they've turned a new page at Mattel, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it all day long. I like both of these, both very, very solid figures. Now, though, we've got to rank the entire wave. We got to talk about all of Elite 94, and we got to put them in order from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the rankings of Mattel Elite Series 94, and I got to say, this is one of those sleeper waves that kind of snuck up on me. I knew this was coming, but I didn't know what to really think about it. Maybe I just didn't process it. Maybe I just didn't spend much time thinking about what was coming with this wave. But a lot of surprises with this one. A lot of good. First time in the lines are usually exciting. Collector's Edition is exciting. The Chase is very exciting here. A couple of sleeper figures as well. As a whole, a very, very strong set that maybe on paper doesn't seem as strong as some of the past sets. Obviously, you got a lot of legends in this one that usually helps align along, and that's what we get with Series 94 here. But as a whole, I got to say, one of the better sets in quite some time. I don't even know if I can really say that. Mattel has really thrown out a lot of bangers to us lately. We've got a lot of fan favorites. We got a lot of cool stuff over the last year. So Mattel, as we always say, with AEW on the scene, Jazzwares, I should say, and Mattel, you know, when there's competition, who wins? We the fans do. We the buyers win. That's just the way it goes. It's like if there's two grocery stores competing against each other, who ends up winning? The suppliers. They start making Pepsi and Coke cheaper than maybe it needs to be because they're trying to gain customers. And that's kind of the position we're in. So it truly is a beautiful time to be a wrestling figure collector. We should all take note of that because there were some dark, dark days, and I've been through a lot of them, and maybe you have as well. But now it's time to rank Elite Series 94 from my least favorite to my favorite. We'll see. We're going to try it out, and I'm going to try to think of it right now. I think it's pretty easy for me. We got 8 figures here, so a little bit bigger. When you get the Collector's Edition, you got the Chase in as well. But I'm going to go Nash Carter last. I would say a lot of it, nothing against the figure, and it's always about the figure and how I feel about the character too plays into it, and that's where it plays in right here for me. As Nash Carter, nothing really against him. I just don't know him well enough. I've followed his career. I've seen him on the indies, as I talked about. I saw him in TNA Impact. I saw him on NXT, but he never grabbed hold of my heart like a young Ultimate Warrior or something like that, I guess I would say. But it is cool. First time in the line. At least he got a figure before he went out. I know he went out in a little bit of a blaze of glory. Didn't leave the way he wanted to. Of course, he was was fired. It's kind of sad for how that all went down. It's, you got to make your decisions. You got to be smart with what you're doing. You young kids, watch out on social media. Be careful. There's always an employer looking to see what you've been up to. So pro tip out there from somebody that hires people and have hired people for a long time. But Nash Carter, I'm going to put him in the number 8 spot. And I guess I'll just put Wes Lee at number 7. Nothing against it. I love getting tag teams in the same set. I love that. Don't pull a Jakks Classic Superstars on me. Give me one person and then another guy later on, or not at all. So I'm glad we completed this set. It would have been an absolute travesty if we would have got Wes Lee, and then the next set it was supposed to be Nash Carter. Whoops, he's fired. He's gone. We're not going to give you that one. That would have really sucked, but luckily we did get both of them here. So cool enough. If you're into the young guys, you're into NXT, I could see you liking these. But for me, for my collecting, they're going to be number 8 and number 7 to me. So now things get a little bit more dicey here. It gets a little bit harder to do after these two are out of the way. But I guess I'm going to go Stephanie McMahon at number 6. Nothing against this one. Definitely a memorable moment. We talked in the review. We compared it to the Jakks one. Very cool to match the Hunter. We can do some of that as well. But at the end of the day, it's just Stephanie, not really a wrestling figure as much as some of the other ones. A little bit plain Jane. I like the addition of the soft goods. The soft goods look really good here. But it just kind of is what it is. It'll be really interesting to see how this one does at retail. I'm going to be really keeping my eyes on that one to see how Stephanie does there. But I'm going to put Stephanie in at the number 6 spot. So then we go down to number 5, and actually this one has grown on me a little bit. I was a little bit down on it in my review, but you sit with it for a while, it kind of marinates, and it gets a little bit better, and that's where I'm going to go Mace at number 5. Now, he's a nice, big, jacked up dude. He's got a mask, he's got face paint, he's got crazy hair going on, he's big. There's a lot to like about this figure. It's just too bad nobody has the connection with the character that we want. But on looks alone and being able to put him with other toy lines like we talked about, if you're so inclined, that does bring him up a little bit here. But man, it's just too bad nobody connected with Retribution, because who knows, if this really would have took off, this would have been the greatest thing ever. He might have been even farther up the line. But I think for what this is and what this represents, this is a huge win for this figure to be here at number 5. Really big, tall. This guy really feels big and jacked up, where not all figures always feel that way when they're supposed to be. This one does. Feels really good in the hand. So let's see, that's number 5. Now we go down to the final 4, and man, things are getting dicey here. Things are getting dicey at the final 4, and this is the sleeper. I'm going to go Edge at number 4. I did not expect him to be this high. Now, he does come with some new jacket technology, which is really cool. I think there's still a few bugs to work out on that one. I'd like a little bit more straight arm up. It does look a little strange. It is a little harder to get off than your traditional jacket, but it was a nice surprise. So trying new things, constant learning, constant improvement. We always talk about that. That's one thing you got to do in business, and that's what Mattel's doing. They're pushing the needle on stuff. They're not just going back to the same old Edge coats. They're trying to give us something different, so I definitely applaud that. I definitely like that. But this Edge, you take the jacket off, and that's what blew me away. The jacket's cool enough. It's something different. I get it. But this Edge as a standalone, just a fabulous, fabulous figure. I love the maroon and white gear. I love the Ronnie James Dio heavy metal hands going on. That's always a plus. Beautiful tattoos, nice tan, and a good version of older Edge head scans. Sometimes Edge's head scans look a little bit off. True Effects got this one right. Sleeper of the set right here, I'm calling it right now, is Edge. He's coming in at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, as Kyle can count. So Edge coming in at number 4. Now we're down to the final 3 here, and this is where things get extremely difficult. I don't even know where to go with these 3. I think I'm just going to do it just for sake. I'm going to put this Bret Hart, SummerSlam 91, the Chase Bret Hart at number 3. I'm going to go right there with that one. I don't know. Very, very cool between these two. I guess it comes down to what gear do you like better with Bret Hart, and I like this gear a little bit more than this one, but still a very, very cool figure. I like that one a whole lot. And then I'm going to go to this Bret Hart for number 2. So the regular edition Bret Hart, very iconic gear from his match against the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. Like I said numerous times, very cool to get both these guys in the same set as a chase. I think that is really cool. Instead of down the line, just getting the same one where it would feel like a rehash, this felt a little bit better to me. I really do like these being the same. A lot like how I like getting the same tag teams I like to get in this here. And I would love to see this done more with some legends, because I think that would really help sales for Mattel, and I think it would make a lot of collectors happy to get 2 Bret Harts instead of having to wait down the line to get 2. But Bret, it was tough. It was very close, but I'm going that Bret at number 2, the Chase at number 3, which leaves number 1. Who gets the number 1 spot? It is the Collector's Edition British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and I gotta tell you, as we talk talked in the review for this one, I went from being very down to all the way number 1 here. And that is giving me a lot of hope for the Mattel Greatest Hits line that is coming later on in 2022. I believe fall of 2022. I think we're going to get a lot of things like this. It's a run back of prior characters we got with nice improvements. Maybe the face is updated and looking better. The articulation is better. We go from hard goods to soft goods. A lot of improvements can be made on some classic figures, and I guess most people would say this is the British Bulldog's defining moment of his career, so getting this one ran back is pretty cool after all these years. But it does give me a lot of hopes for this Greatest Hits line. That could be a good game changer, and I like that it's only a once-a-year thing, so that is really cool on top of that. At least that's what was said on the message boards by Steve from Mattel. But boy, I gotta say, that British Bulldog really did surprise me here, and I really do like that one. So much so, he went all the way to number 1. So quite the list, quite the countdown here. A little harder than I assumed it to be, but a lot of fun along the way, and I hope you had fun watching these reviews. Would love to hear your thoughts on this set in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on Elite 94? How would you rank them? And as always, put them in order. That's the hard part. That's the fun part. Put them in order. In the comments down below, of course. And then you made it this far, you might as well thumbs up the video, give it the old like, and then subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. As you guys know, we're unboxing everything here on the channel, and you don't want to be a part of it. You don't want to miss a video, as we got multiple videos a day. You want to see that notification bell so you know what's happening here on the channel. And then follow along on Patreon. That's the best way to support the channel. You can get exclusive content, bonus content, giveaways, and videos like this much, much earlier than traditional YouTube. And best of all, you get to support the channel, like I said. And then you can follow along at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Pick up a t-shirt. So for Mattel Elite Series 94, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.